An article in Sunday's New York Times began, "Across a hellish landscape of smoke and ash, authorities in Oregon, California, and Washington state are battling to contain mega wildfires as shifting winds threaten to accelerate blazes that have burned an unimaginable swath of land across the West. The winds are testing the resolve of fire crews already exhausted by weeks of combating blazes that have consumed 5 million acres of desiccated forests, incinerated numerous communities, and created what in many places was measured as the worst air quality on the planet." To put that in perspective, 5 million acres is almost 8,000 square miles, or 3.8 million football fields. I watched a barn burn once, with the landowner's livelihood going up in flames inside of it, and felt utter despair. 5 million acres is beyond comprehension. That barn fire was 10 years ago. It happened in the middle of the night, not 40 yards from my sleeping quarters in an outbuilding that I was renting at the time. Two memories persist: the feeling of utter helplessness as the metal siding that covered one side of the 100-year-old red wooden barn peeled off like candle wax, flames whipping every which way. And the other was the acrid smell that emanated from the bed of the fire, which lay bare and smoldering for days. How to measure the fires ravaging Washington, Oregon, and California? That even our southern Wisconsin skies and sunsets are filtered through a faint haze. If we've learned anything in the extraordinary events of 2020, it's that there are things we can't control, and how much of our lives and livelihoods rest in the mercy of God. Someone you know knows someone in Washington, Oregon, or California, just as you might know someone living across the northern Gulf Coast where Hurricane Sally made landfall this morning. We pray for them, for homeowners and renters and the homeless and first responders. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayers. That barn fire 10 years ago occurred in mid-February. Soot was frozen into the ground to await a spring thaw that was still weeks away. But eventually the thaw arrived. Piles of twisted metal were hauled away. The air cleared. I saw the owner, Dean, on Easter. He was rebuilding. He was back on his Bobcat 14 hours a day. The future wasn't yet clear, but he had purpose again. He suffered, but he didn't wallow. He did what he'd always done: work hard, be kind to other people, and make use of every moment of available daylight. On Easter that year, he was smiling again. He wasn't a particularly religious man, but I heard in his voice the words of the prophet Isaiah. "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." We'll see you next time.